Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Star Trek Fleet Command. So I'm going to be talking about the Vidar a lot, and I did a lot of testing with the crew, and I did label this video Psyonica's Assimilation because Psyonica is a player on server 32, and they helped me with crew setups for the Vidar to maximize how many Borg, let's say the inert nanoprobes that I could collect from fighting level 25 Borg ships. And whenever I do crew setup videos, it's really difficult to do a video where a player goes, okay, what crew do I use for this purpose? And it's such a loaded question because I don't know what crew you have. More than that, I don't know what tiers they're at. So this video is really for free-to-play players, people who don't have Pike, who don't have Moreau, and they really just have the more of the basic crew members. And so the good thing is I made this video for them, along with Psyonica's help, because I went through so many. I did 6 warp jumps to Borg space, so I had to use up 6 of my conduits. And it was not as straightforward as you would think. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of the crew setups I started with. So we're going to go into the group, and so I started with using Chen as my captain, Vel as an officer, and then I used Tilan. And I did that for a very specific reason. So Chen is obvious. She can lower the damage you take, and she, I believe, one second here, let me just verify. And she decreases the energy damage you would take. And yeah, she increases your dodge, shield deflection, and armor. So she is a really great captain. And for Vel's officer ability is he can increase the damage made by the kinetic weapons of your ship against hostiles. Mine is at 15%. Yours will probably vary. And the reason I chose him is because the Vidar has 1 phaser and 2 torpedoes. That third torpedo, that super weapon, only fires once every 3 rounds, and it has to reload. And so the first thing I noticed is because I was using a tier 5 on the lowest level Borg probes, is they would only last for 2 rounds, so that third weapon would never fire. And I found that this combination, it worked okay. It wasn't horrible. I probably earned around 12,000 inert nanoprobes using that crew setup. And I wasn't happy with that, so I swapped in Chev for Tilan. Actually, let me go back to Tilan. Tilan, her ability is to reduce the torpedo damage you would take from an enemy ship. And typically, battleships, those are the kinds of ships that the Borg probes are, have 1 torpedo and 2 phasers. And that torpedo usually fires every 3 rounds. And so I was like, okay, then I moved to Chev. Chev increases your phaser damage a certain percent. And that was, less than what I was looking for. So I moved on to the Starfleet cadets. And everyone says, Uhura, she has to be the captain. She's the best captain out of the cadets. She does a really good job. And so I did Uhura, Kirk, and Spock. And these are all the cadets. And it was okay. It was about 11,000, a little bit less than the Chen setup that I had. And so I was reading their abilities, and I was like, I wonder how Spock would do as captain with Uhura and Kirk. And that didn't go well. That was like 9,000 inert nanoprobes. And it wasn't until Psyonica said, do Uhura as captain, and then you want to do, I actually have it set up right here. You want to have Cadet McCoy as an officer and Chen as an officer. And this got me up to 15,000 inert nanoprobes. And I was judging based on how many inert nanoprobes I could collect. And so this has been the best setup that I have had to play with. Now, keep in mind, if you have Pike, if you have Moreau, if you have those more rare hostile hunting crews, this does not apply. Their Pike is definitely awesome, much better than anyone else in the game for hunting hostiles. And I would say do not really take this video and fly with it if you have them. This is more for free-to-play players who might not have those kind of crew members. So what you can do is, what I would suggest is you would invest in these officers, max them out, whatever you can, up to whatever level. Currently, I have, let's see here. Uhura is a Lieutenant Commander 4. Chen is a Lieutenant 3. I believe that's the same as McCoy. No, he is a Lieutenant Commander 4. So, giving you an idea about that, I would definitely roll with this crew setup. Let me know what your results are fighting the Borg probes, and hopefully you have some success with it. The only thing I would like to tell you is, if you're looking at my crew setup down below, do not use Barot as an officer. As he increases attack, you really want to fill up that health. So anyone who has a lot of health, if you have a Nero, would be a really great option. Or anyone who has the most health, throw them down below. I was just testing something else with the miners, which is why I have Barot down there. But other than that, I would definitely go with it. And out of all that, I was actually able to upgrade my impulse engine to make my Vidar even faster. But some of these things are going to take some time. I'm not too worried about it, because at tier 5, I can go and refine. I have to spend 25,000 inert nanoprobes to get 3,000 charged nanoprobes. So I can get 3,000 a day from it, from just hunting hostiles. And now I can earn up to 30,000 a day by using this crew fighting on the ship. And more than likely it will go up, because I will be swapping out Barot in this. And and I have not tested my new impulse drive upgrade on this to see how much more I can get out of this. So hopefully that helps, and really big shout out to Psyonica for helping me with this crew setup for free-to-play players. Definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that like, comment down below, and let me know if you need help with anything else in the game. Definitely want to support the player base, especially as they start to roll out new ships, and it can be really difficult to figure out a crew setup for each specific ship. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and I'll talk to you later.